For many Texas Southern University students, this is how they take their classes.
So they can come back here on campus next fall. With more vaccinations becoming available now in the United States, the new question is, will Texas Southern University become the next school to make vaccinations a requirement? As Texas Southern University opens, so do many of its amenities, including Texas Southern University's very own recreational facility. Texas Southern University Tigers showed up and showed out for Texas Southern University's Recreation Center's Pink Out Breast Cancer event. And we're live here at the historic 2020 Democratic debates. Behind me, as you can see, we have the moderator chairs, and in front of them, the future. And we're here in front of us as well, the Tiger alumni and the community, as we are gearing up for what is going to be a historic night. After the vandalization of this here George Floyd mural on Bell and Chartres, many Houstonians question the safety of some of its most prized murals in Houston. George Floyd's family finally got the justice they deserved as they watched with America as ex-Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was convicted of all 3 counts for the murder of George Floyd. This verdict comes about 11 months after bystander video went viral of the attack. However, here in Houston, residents woke up to the vandalization of a popular George Floyd mural located on Bell and Chartres. Racial slurs have since been covered. As the mural still gains traction here at Texas Southern University, our murals are for the most part protected, especially like the ones here at Hannah Hall, which leaves the question, how should Houston protect its own murals and precious historic landmarks?
As people of color, we're used to things being broken, and we just rebuild. That's kind of people we are. I mean, the painting can always be repainted, but the principle of it can't.
Even with the recent touch-up of the popular mural, many Houstonians still feel like more protection could be used. Texas Southern University student Igor Vovo believes it all starts with character.
There's no reason why the George Floyd mural should be defaced and then a white nationalist mural should be left. Hey, it's all the same, and they're all representing something. So really, be good character. Works on the starts in the character, and as the generations go on, the better the characters we have, the less we're going to see more of this.
Many murals that have found a home at Texas Southern University, like these found in Hannah Hall, are watched by police and other personnel. Student Services Justin Lee had a suggestion for Houston.
The city and the other officials should start putting glass or like a gloss over murals so they're more protected from things that happen like that, so it's easier to wipe off.
SGA leader Dexter Meyerland believes that it's time to apply pressure to Houston and ask more from our Houston Police Department and city officials.
The Houston Police Department, the mayor, they should have people on watch for those murals for the duration of all of the trials that will be happening across the country for young black people who have been killed. They should have some type of monitoring system, especially in 3rd Ward, knowing that we have a Black Lives Matters mural in front of Jack Yates. They need some type of watching system for us.
As hate crimes rise in the United States, Houston and students of Texas Southern University are asking for its officials to do a better job at protecting its prized murals and historic landmarks, even those that are much closer to home. Reporting for KTSU2 News, I'm Maiya Turner.
Not just in the 3rd Ward community, not just across the greater Houston area, but across the globe. It is important that we remember George Floyd.
Hundreds gathered at Jack Yates High School from around the Houston area Monday night to celebrate the life of George Floyd. Many Jack Yates alumni and his very own family shared emotions and stories of the late Houstonian. 3rd Ward community members as well as community leaders were also in attendance. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee took to the stage and talked about police brutality and new laws coming to effect to protect the community. Famous alumni singer dancer Debbie Allen also left a special message for 3rd Ward. Hundreds attended the George Floyd visual and showed support for their fellow lying, including KTSU's very own Ernest Walker.
Well, you know, this is a special moment. I'm a Jack Yates alum of 1988. and I'm honored to be here to serve in the capacity of helping to produce this candlelight vigil for our brother and our classmates.
This visual was an emotional moment for a lot of Third Ward residents who grew up in this community as well as attended school with George Floyd. But for many, it was a mix of emotions. Overall, this moment was a chance for Third Ward to say its final goodbyes to a man who changed the world.
You know, sadness and mourning turn into joyfulness. I'm speechless, really. I'm speechless. I'm just grateful to be here.
For those who are wondering how to cope with the recent events, Brandon Gill of Third Ward has a message for you.
Keep your head up. You put it down too long, it's your fault.
A large community gathered here tonight with Jack Yates High School alumni and the Third Ward united as they celebrated the life of George Floyd. I'm Maiya Turner, KTSU 2 News. Around the world, around our community, this is KTSU 2 News for Friday, March 19th, 2021. I am Maiya Turner. In the news this hour, congratulations, Tigers, for surviving midterm week. So enjoy this little mini break. Congratulations on making it through to the end. Get enough sleep for Comm Week, which is continuous 36 hours of all things communication. Around the world, around our community. This is KTSU 2 News for Friday, November 12th, 2020. I am Maiya Turner. In the news this hour, around the world, around our community. This is KTSU 2 News for Friday, October 16th, 2020. I am Maiya Turner. In the news this hour,